Hi everyone, Mike with Crane Realty, and today's topic I want to talk with you regarding three different values when it comes to a real estate property. Now these three different values from my buyers and different interactions that I have with them get interchanged quite often, and sometimes it can actually negatively impact their approach or decision making when it actually comes to drafting an offer for a property they would like to purchase. These three different values that I'm referring to would be the tax assessed value or the assessed value, the fair market value, what somebody's willing to pay for a property, and the appraised value. Essentially, having a bank appraiser go out, they're looking out for the best interest of the bank. So these three different values are not created equal. Usually they're going to be in tiers of low, medium, and high in the order that I just gave, with the assessed value being the lowest, the fair market value being in the middle, and usually, not 100% of the time, but usually the appraised value is going to be at or slightly above the fair market value or that purchase price. So going back to the lowest number, the assessed value, the tax assessed value is essentially, it's a value that's designated by the government on that particular property that that homeowner would get taxed on. There's a couple different ways that the tax assessor goes about putting this number together. Usually when a property is just bought and sold, that will become the new assessed value. However, if the property happens to, be lived in for 1 or 2 decades, let's say, there could be a period of time where the homeowner might be making improvements, and what they should be doing is also pulling permits to reflect those renovations that they're doing. If they're not doing that, then the tax assessor doesn't actually know, so the value of the home can be done through contractors or what have you and be done correctly, but maybe the town just doesn't know about that improvement. So when that actually happens, you can see a disparity between those two values of when eventually that property is put onto the market and when the tax assessor has been keeping that number kind of flatlining based off of the little information that they have of it. They're not going into the property unless invited to actually evaluate the property. Okay, the fair market value is with regard to what somebody would actually purchase or be willing to pay for a property. So let's hypothetically say if there is a listing in Fairport, New York, a Cape Cod that is 1,500 square feet, 3 bedroom, 2 full bath, and a detached garage, right? If the listing price for that property is $10,000, everybody on the market, including those who were not actively looking, are more than happy to give $10,000. So there's 100+% of people would be willing to pay for that property at that evaluation. $10,000 is not the fair market value, right? So if you were to increase that value, let's hypothetically say 150, maybe weeds away 50% of those people. So that's still not the fair market value. It needs to increase. Let's say 175K. All right, now we're closer to 35% sticking around. Get it to 195, maybe 200K. Okay, now we're down to 5%. Can we increase it just a little bit more? Maybe getting it to 205, 210. Okay, maybe that, hypothetically, now we're down to 2%, 3% of the market is actually willing to pay for that 210K mark. That would be considered the fair market value for that property. You can see that that's important to actually have comps, be familiar with the area, work with a realtor that's familiar with the area, that they can provide those assessments and give that information to the buyer so they can make the correct evaluation and decision when it comes to putting an offer together, versus looking at what the assessed value is and saying, well, back in '04 when this property last sold, its assessed value was 174. Shouldn't that be what I'm going to offer for the property? Your offer most likely will not be considered and pushed aside for somebody else who would be willing to pay more for that property. The next value would be the appraised value. Now, the appraised value is essentially, it's an independent appraiser who's going to be coming out and really going to be the eyes and ears for the bank. Even though the buyer is going to be paying for that appraisal to be done, they're not representing the buyer at all. Their sole interest is to look out for the best interest of the bank, and they're going to be providing a report that reflects what price that they should be able to provide that backs this property or this new asset for the bank. And by doing that, they're going to be providing a certain number of comps, the condition of the property, and what they think the property should go for. Usually that number is going to be at or slightly above the purchase price of the contract. Sometimes, once in a while, it's not, and then that's, perhaps that's an effort to try to keep, things in line with the market versus hyperinflating it. If, coming off of the pandemic, there's certainly a lot of people who, with a lack of inventory and even more buyers, certainly has caused an influx or, causing the market to increase in value. If those comps aren't there to support it, then the appraiser will come back and say, actually, it's supposed to be at X dollar. And then at that point, the buyer and the seller will have to renegotiate and work out those terms. But often it's going to be at or slightly north. And the reason why is if the comps support it, banks want to provide mortgages. That's when they're in the business of, so naturally they're going to want to provide a mortgage. Whereas if they had 10 different 10 different transactions and we're arguing every single one of them, there's a good chance that they're not providing 10 mortgages for those 10 properties. It might be a lot less. So in general, it's going to be a touch higher. So now you have a good understanding of those three different terms, the assessed value being the lowest, fair market value, what you as the buyer would be willing to pay for a property, and then the appraised value, again, being at or slightly north of your purchase price. So hopefully that was helpful to you all. If you do have any questions or need help with your home search or anything like that, or looking to sell a property, feel free, give me a call directly. I'd be happy to help you. You can reach me at 585-412-8062. Again, Mike with Crane Realty, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.